What's up, guys? So, today I think it's a good time to talk a little bit about the upcoming NASCAR game, but more in particular, I want to talk a little bit about marketing. Now, every year, almost every year, but definitely throughout the Heat games from 704, I've talked about marketing every year because to me it's an important measuring stick on the product that you're going to get. I think you could tell a lot about uh, a video game from the marketing or the way it's marketed. Now, there's two ways that developers usually go about it. And unfortunately, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but it's close to 50-50. Either they get down just to the bare essentials and just show you what the game is and don't really fuck around trying to make something that or make it out to be something it's not, which I consider honest marketing. Or you'll see a lot of times developers do some dishonest marketing where they overhype a game or they show you some stylized, overly dramatic footage that's really pre-rendered stuff meant to get you excited about a game, but isn't really representative of the final product. So, what I'm going to be looking for with Motorsport Games is that hopefully the marketing is honest and direct. I don't want to see a lot of fluff. Uh, I just want to know what this game, what it is. What is this product? What does it look like? What does it sound like? And what are the features? Show us the details of the game. That is what I think most people want to know. And that's what they want to see in terms of marketing. So before we go any further, I'm going to show you guys an example of what I consider bad marketing. Now, before I show you this trailer, this is from NASCAR, the game 2011. So this is from 10 years ago, okay? But before I show you this, I remember, I think the first Heat Evolution game, there 704 had this Twitch guy. I don't remember who he was, or if he's still big. I don't know. This was a while ago. But they let him have access to be like the first guy in, to publicly show the game and play it. And for one, he wasn't a motorsports game fan. He wasn't a NASCAR guy. And also, they let him, I mean, he played the game on a hand controller, right? And I really hated that. I made a video on it, and I just thought it was a terrible way to show off a game. Like, why wouldn't you let a fan, a NASCAR fan, or a video game a fan of NASCAR games get first access? And if you want people to take the game a little more seriously, which maybe wasn't their intent, back then, but I would like, if I'm a game developer and I made a NASCAR game, I kind of want people to get immersed in that feeling of, hey, this isn't a toy, this is a little bit more of a serious uh, racer. And you're not going to do that when you let people play on a hand controller. I just think it takes away from that, from the point that you're trying to make through the marketing, right? So it was indirect marketing, but when you allow people to have early access and showcase the game on their platform, that is marketing. So I really went after them for that. And every year, to be honest, I haven't been impressed by any marketing for any NASCAR game, to be honest. They just haven't, no developer has really done a good job marketing wise. So I'm gonna show you NASCAR the game, the trailer. Hold on a second. All right, let's just pay attention to this.
It's a scary place to race, and they don't call it the Monster Mile for nothing.
It's definitely not a joyride. 400 miles here at this concrete monster.
That is ultra line here. Ultra line. Middle is good. Shoot the middle. Clear to the bottom. You got it. You got it. Oh, no.
Okay. There is nothing about this trailer that I like. Now, keep in mind, this game is from 10 years ago. This was on an old generation of consoles, PS3, Xbox 360. So I'm not talking about graphics or anything like that. But the truth is, this game isn't even representative of how the game looks, because nothing in this trailer. Okay, hold on. Let's just. Okay, you can see nothing here is representative of the actual game. This is all. This isn't gameplay footage. This is a stylized, overly dramatic rendering of a NASCAR game. It doesn't really show you what the product actually will look like. What's it going to play like? What is it going to sound like? Nothing here is gameplay footage. And to be honest, even the.
That is ultra line here. Ultra line.
It looks like almost like a scene from a cartoon, or what's supposed to be a film. Okay.
Good. Shoot the middle.
You saw some of that smoke, right? Look at this. Little puff of smoke when they made contact. That would have been cool if that was in the game, but it's not. Nothing here is representative of the actual product. So to me, I don't want to call it dishonest, because the trailer is not meant to be an accurate representation, but it's overly stylized. It's over the top.
You got it. You got it. Oh, no.
You got sparks. You got all this thick smoke. Look at this. Nothing in this trailer is even remotely representative of what the final product was. I hate these type of trailers, and I don't like this type of marketing. I think the most effective marketing is honest and direct. Just show us what the game is. Gameplay wise, details, features, but everything you see should be an accurate representation of the game. Another thing that developers do all the time is, even with screenshots, when they reveal screenshots, it'll be a highly polished rendering, and it's not really a 100% accurate representation of what you're going to actually see when you play the game. I don't like that stuff. It's dishonest, and a lot of developers do this. And it's not just with specific games. Like any genre of games, you're going to see people do stuff like this. And what happens is, when people finally buy the game, they're going to know right off the bat that the game is it's not anywhere near the type of product that was showcased to you through these glorified trailers. So I hate this stuff. I really don't want to see anything like this. And even if you take it for what it is, as just a stylistic, highly dramatized version of the game, it's not exciting.
That is ultra line here. Ultra line.
It's not exciting.
Middle is good. Shoot the middle. Oh, no.
I don't think anyone over the age of 10 is going to get excited about this type of trailer. They're not. I think if you're over the age of 10, you look at this and you're saying to yourself, what is this game going to look like? What's it actually going to play like? How are the physics? How is the damage model? And how are the graphics? This is I don't trust any of this because it's just fluff. It's meaningless fluff. And I don't want to see that. This is not good marketing in my opinion. To me, at best, you're going to get some kids really excited, but that's about it. Um I don't want to see that. So, now I'm going to show you an example. All right. I'm going to show you an example of great marketing. Now, I hope this is the one. Okay, we'll take a look at this and then I'll tell you what's so great about it.
If it hurt, don't let it show. Step by step, I'll keep it all about so while the seasons come and go, every shadow step I take, I'll make sure that I won't break. Shadow mirrors while the years that come and go, I'll my secrets. When I'm far down, and I know I keep on running. When I'm far down, you keep on running. Keep on running.
Now, right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you the comparison isn't a good comparison as far as game for game. Yes, we know that NASCAR, the game 2011, is nowhere near on the level of this game, okay? But that's besides the point. I'm only focusing on the marketing, okay? The differences in marketing. Now, obviously, a game like the 2011 game doesn't have all these features. It's not as deep and immersive and highly detailed as this game. I get that. But I guess you could make the argument they had to do this over stylized, fluffy piece of a trailer because they don't have anything really to showcase. But it's going to backfire because the final product doesn't represent anything that you showed. This trailer does everything right. Okay, so let me hold on a second. Let me slow this down. All right. So right off the bat, you're seeing clips of this is all gameplay footage. Now these close-ups, it looks like something that could be taken from a camera angle from like a replay or something, but it looks exactly like the game. Okay, so it's showing you the game as the way how it looks. Now create your own driver. Look at all the drive they're showing you here. Look at how many options you have to create just about any kind of driver you want to create visually. Now create your own team. Look at all of this customization, and it's just the trailer speaks for itself. It's all about details and in-game uh, content, and it shows you all the ways you can customize the fire suits, the cars, the drivers. They don't have to do anything over the top. They're just showing you the product. Choose your engine supplier. This is how deep and immersive this game is. It's so highly detailed. And it's all crammed into this trailer. Look at all the sponsors available. So the point is that this trailer is meant to get down to business. Having your different teammates, different ratings for each teammate. Look how deep and immersive this is. Stats, driver perks. The game looks good. It looks great. But what's important is not, graphics aren't the most important thing. But what's important is that the trailer shows you exactly what the game is going to look like. They're not playing games. They're not taking something off a high quality gaming PC and polishing things up and making it look like something that when you finally play it, it's like, why doesn't this game look as polished as what I saw in the trailer? You're not asking yourself these questions because the trailer is just honest and straightforward, and it's giving you, this is what the product is. If you have a good product, it will sell itself. There's no dramatic, highly stylized, fluffy cutscenes that are not part of the game. Everything here is in game. Build your own facilities. Look, and then they show you clips of people working in the shops. And as you move up, you'll get, you have low end shops to high end. It's just, this fucking game is amazing. The level of detail. Develop your team. Look at all this. It's just fucking amazing. Everything you see in the trailer is in the game. This is honest marketing. So I'm gonna get into this real quick to just, I don't want people to think that I'm comparing. Obviously, Formula One has been developing for years, and to get to the point of Formula One 2020, it took years. You know, I'm sure that back in 2014, 2015, this game was nowhere near this level of detail, right? But the point is that if you have a good product, the product will sell itself. Okay? And if you are honest with your consumer base, they are more likely to support you. So, my advice, okay, and this is strictly as a consumer, right? I'm not an expert, but I can tell you what excites me as a fan and as a consumer. I want to see honest marketing. I don't want to see all this extra bullshit. I don't want to see all this fluff. Let me hold on a second. I don't know if it. Let me see if I get the right one. Okay, this is an announcement trailer. All right, this is for NASCAR Heat 5. Come on, don't do this.
A cage
Now it's freezing up.
of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners. A chariot of thundering fury. The difference between you and your rivals isn't just the war paint traded in battle. It's more. Refuse to lose. NASCAR Heat.
Bad marketing. Again, nothing but fluff. Nothing there that actually shows you the final product. It's just meaningless fluff. I think it's a waste of money for marketing purposes. Who actually looked at this trailer and this was the point where you said, I'm getting this game? Nobody. Show the product. Show us the details. Show us how the game really looks, and it doesn't have to be the best looking thing in the world. As long as what you're showing us is the real representation and you're not polishing it just for marketing purposes, people will support you. Okay? Trust your product and show us details. The things we care about, gameplay. Um, yeah, we do care how the game looks. If you show screenshots, they have to be direct, one to one, accurate screenshots. And if it doesn't, if people walk away saying it looks okay, I'm not blown away, but it's okay, it's not the end of, it's not the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen is people look at a screenshot and say, "Oh my god, I'm blown away. This is so fucking amazing. I can't wait." And then they get the game and it doesn't look like the screenshots. That's worse. Believe me, you won't be able to shake off the dishonest label. And you guys are new. I'm talking to Motorsport Games. You're new in this game, at least to the NASCAR gaming community. It's very important that you make a very strong first impression, and it starts with honesty. So I'm just giving you guys some advice and a little bit of a friendly warning. You don't want to do something that comes across as dishonest. So be careful with the marketing. Just be straight and direct. Forget all the fluff. Forget all the fucking fancy, overly dramatic add-ons. Just show us the game. Tell us what's in it. Show us the features, and let the game speak for itself. Now, speaking of, you know, any news, I don't know when we're gonna get news, but I'm gonna tell people I think it's better if it takes a little longer to get information than to have early information and then linger around waiting forever. Well, for example, right? Rockstar Games, my favorite game developer. I love all their games, but they're not perfect. They do some things I don't like, microtransactions and a lot of the things that they've done with Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just not for me. But when it comes to their marketing, I'm not crazy about Rockstar. Now, when they do show things like they'll reveal like screenshots, that's great. My problem isn't the marketing and what they show you, because they are pretty honest for the most part, at least from my perspective, with the marketing. The problem with them is that they reveal information way too early. And what happens is people are sitting around forever and they don't know what's going on. I mean, with Grand Theft Auto 5, when they first announced it, then a year went by, nobody knew a damn thing about the game. Then they released some screenshots. Then another 3 months go by. Then they released some more screen. The marketing, the time they first revealed Grand Theft Auto 5 was actually in development, and they revealed information on it, to the time it was released. I don't remember. I think over 2 years went by. Same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. From the time they revealed the game and started showing some screenshots in that first trailer, from the time they did that to the release of the game, it was like 2 years. That's agonizing. And, some people think it creates positive buzz. I don't think so. I think when you have a really good product, it's going to sell no matter what. And I do think it's best to wait. Reveal information when the time is right. These guys, I don't know how close they are to a release date. Okay? They've already been working on the game for over 2 years. So I have to trust that they have a target date to release and that they have a targeted release of information dates, whatever it is, right? They just told us about the finalization of signing studio. I'm sorry, I hope I don't get it wrong. 397, I think. the guys that do R Factor 2. So they are officially under the umbrella of Motorsport Games. And they also revealed that they have been working on this game for over a year. So, yes, their influence on the physics, the tire model, the AI, all those things is going to be part of that first game. So, this is all exciting stuff. But people are asking, when are we going to get more news? And honestly, guys, I think I I would rather that these guys wait until they know the information they're going to release is 100% accurate, and if they're going to show us any footage, any screenshots, make sure that it's 100% accurate, an accurate representation of the final product. Don't Now they did reveal a screenshot. I talked about it. I think it looks great. People pointed out some inconsistencies or some things that weren't quite right. And I will tell you, this is not uncommon when developers reveal screenshots real early. And they'll tell you that the game is still in progress. It is not an accurate representation of the final product. That's all well and good. But I would much rather that they wait until they absolutely have a firm release date and they know, what their marketing schedule should be. Don't just release something when you're not 100% sure that this is going to be a good representation of the final product. You do not want to get a reputation that you overhype a game. I mean, that always backfires on developers. Okay, I remember years ago there was this big E3 reveal when they first showed that game Watch Dogs. I think Bungie makes it, and everybody, that game was the talk of the town. People were blown away. Okay, I don't know if I could find it here. Let me just all right. Yeah, look at this. Wait a minute. This is from 2012. Wow. I can't believe it. It's been that long. All right. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Now, keep in mind, this is from 2012. It's been a long, long time. But this is another game that they revealed at E3 way before it was ever released. So they weren't nowhere near release date. Hold on a second. Let me make sure. I'm going to try to get the best settings. Yeah, it's only 720. All right. I hope it doesn't freeze. I got slow internet on the job, so when I'm at work. All right. Now, this isn't mind-blowing today, but back in 2012,
Give me 4 seconds and a clear signal. I'll get in, and you'll never know.
this is before anyone knew
But I
what this
want
game
you to
even
know.
was.
You're not anonymous. I've seen your kind before.
You know what? All right, hold on a second.
Oh,
This is the trailer. This isn't what I wanted to show you. I'm sorry, guys. This is what you get on a low budget, low quality channel. Gameplay trailer. Okay, this was the gameplay demo. I'm looking for the demo. It was the demo that people were fucking. All right. All right, this one. Was it this one or this one? 17. This one has 17 million views. Look at how many
Peggy
likes.
18.
1,000 likes. Let me,
you can't hide from me.
This is from 2012. This is what they
and expose
showed
you to the
as a
world.
demo. Watch. Check this out. Look at how amazing this is.
What about when you? I'll be waiting for your call.
All right, it's only a 480. All right, I'm not gonna mess with it. 480p. So just think about this when it was displayed. It was in 1080p or whatever the fuck it was. This is gameplay footage. Okay, remember this is from way back in 2012. I know 2012. Yeah, 2012. Um, it's not the most impressive thing in the world today, but just look at this. Listen to the sound, the rustling of the wind and a can in the sidewalk and the leaves. Hold on a second. I went back too far. All right. Listen. The wind, the rustling of the trees and the leaves, and that can just flying down the sidewalk from the wind, and the visuals, right? Back in 2012, this blew people away. Just this simple stuff here.
What about when?
Because you didn't see this in a console game. The level of detail and polish, but as it turned out, when the game finally came out, it looked nothing like this. Okay? It was nowhere near this level of quality, and they ended up admitting that yeah, it was highly polished rendering off of a high-end gaming PC. Back then, you know, that's the only way you would see something like this. But they showed it off as if this is what you're going to get as a final product, and even on a PS3 or an Xbox 360, that this is what you're going to get. And that's what people believed. And when this demo came out, it was at least a year and a half before the game came out. So this is an example of dishonest marketing. They knew what they were doing. This was on purpose. And at the end, the backlash was huge. And Watch Dogs actually is not a bad game. And it wasn't a bad game when it came out. But people were so fixated on the level of detail that was missing. The graphics weren't the same. Yeah, eventually your consumer base is going to find out that you bullshitted them. And even if the product ends up being decent, this game is actually not a bad game. People weren't, they didn't care. It was all about you fucking lied to us. This game looks nothing like what you got us all fucking pumped up for. And that is the warning that I'm trying to give here. You want to be respected as a game developer. You want people to trust you. And that all starts from the very start with the marketing. And don't reveal things before you're ready. And yeah, we all want information. We hope it comes soon. But if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Uh, I'm telling you guys, it's the best thing that could happen is if these guys wait until they're ready to reveal information. The game's coming out this year. Eventually, we will get more information. But the important thing is when they finally reveal whatever it is they're going to reveal, screenshots, a game trailer, details about the game, don't fuck around with highly stylized fluff shit. Just give us what the game is. What is it? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What are the features? Don't fuck around. Don't try to be cute. Don't try to overhype, the game, because that's going to backfire. Stick to the basics. And I think even if people walk away saying, "Okay, it looks okay," I mean, it's not all that, but it looks okay. At least people know this is what you're gonna get. and they're not surprised in a bad way. Um, People only care about the actual game. They don't care about highly stylized trailers that have a bunch of shit that have nothing to do with the game, cutscenes that are not part of the game, something that looks like it's made for a movie. Uh, that doesn't work. I don't think. I think marketing that just gives people a straight, straight shooting information release. This is what the game is. You know, it is here. It is. I think that's the best way to go about it, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna be paying close attention to the marketing because I do think marketing does reveal a lot of things. And as you saw with NASCAR, the game 2011, you know, it was just all fluff, and the game was crap. Um, you can send a message to your consumer base through marketing, and it could be good, and it could also be bad. It could backfire. So, those are my thoughts on the marketing stuff and what I'm hoping, we get from Motorsport Games. Um, Show us what we really care about. Okay, we want to see what this game's going to look like. What's it going to sound like? Career mode stuff, features. Just give it to us straight. Show us what this game's going to look like. Don't polish it. Don't fuck around. Just this is what you're going to get when you spend the money. And I think people will be more appreciative of that. So those are pretty much my thoughts. I thought it was a good time to talk about this stuff because I do feel like we might be getting some kind of news sometime this month in May, I would think. But if we don't panic. I don't think it's a bad thing. I would much rather wait to get information when the information that we get is accurate. Also, I'm not a big fan of getting information and then sitting around forever waiting for the game. I think some of the best things happen as a surprise. And when these guys are ready, it would be great if they just release the information and then be like, hey, the game's coming out in 2 months, you know, and then it's not a super long wait. And then the marketing works better because there's not a big dead period. You're close to a release date and people will still be excited. So those are pretty much my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about what I said, and I look forward to your comments later.